Hello, Tom.
Hello, Kat.
It has been a while.
For you.
What does that mean?
It's not my fault if it's been a while.
I didn't say it was anyone's fault. Why are you accusing me?
The elephant in the room.
I have been gone for some time.
Because you are lazy?
Because I am lazy.
And you had temporary work.
And I am bad at time management. And I'm lazy. Yeah, I was working at a publisher's briefly. Strange stuff. It was really sudden, because I'm signed with a publishing agency, like the one that finds you roles in publishing, and suddenly they called me one day and were like, can you start this thing tomorrow morning? And I was like, yeah, why not? My time is not worth anything anyway. No, I didn't say that. But yeah, so I started at a thing for a month and it was pretty good. Yep, that's about it. That's why I haven't gone. And also because Ruby Gamer suggested that I build Silph Co from Pokemon, so this is what I have done.
So, for anyone who doesn't know what a Silph Co is, please.
Why haven't you played Pokemon? Degenerates.
I mean, it's one of the old ones.
I guess so. Oh god, no, I thought old, thank you.
You are 38.
What? Am I? Oh my god, my life has gone by. Silph Co make tech in the Pokemon world. One of the few thanks Tom for the noise. They're one of the few companies in Pokemon that actually, you know, build tech to do with Pokemon related things. So they made the Silph Scope, which is, you know, when there's invisible items hiding on rocks and stuff, you can put the Silph Scope on and you'll be able to find those easier. It'll be like, over there, north. And then you'll walk past it by a mile and it'll be like, where did you go? Go back south, and then you'll continue going past it and you'll never find it anyway. So they made that helpful little gem. It was really useful in the subway tunnels that you rode your bike through.
What was the item finder?
Oh wait.
Or did it
that's the same thing, right? Silph Scope.
I can't remember. You used the Silph Scope for other things other than just the ghost in Lavender Town?
Maybe I'm combining them.
Maybe it was used for that.
Oh no, I don't know. I guess.
But anyway,
I'm a degenerate for not knowing.
Silph Co are a big conglomerate.
Yeah.
In Kanto, and they pretty much run Saffron City.
Yep.
What I've gathered.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have the very tall building with tons of glass windows that just looks like offices that you'd probably walk past like, that's probably not even accessible. But then you see the rocket grunt outside, you're like, oh, something's going on in there.
Right.
Need to get my ass in there.
In the game, in the original games and in Fire Red and Leaf Green, the plot is Team Rocket have taken over
pretty much the whole
Silph
city.
Co. Pretty much the whole city is on lockdown.
Yeah.
Because what happens to this building is so important. The biggest city, I think it's the second biggest city in the region.
Yeah.
Must be shut down.
Pretty big deal, but no other city cares.
And Team Rocket, what did they want? They wanted the Master Ball, right? Did they want the Master Ball? Or did they just want the power from owning that company that makes all this gizmos?
I don't think did Team Rocket care about the actual company? Maybe Giovanni did. And then there was also that fossil, wasn't there? On the top floor? Was that a thing? Was that part of that? Or
fossil? What, you mean one on the governor's table?
Yeah.
I think that's just supposed to be, I think in Fire Red Leaf Green, don't hold me to this, that is supposed to be a token sent from not Stone, but his father.
Mr. Stevenstone.
the guy who made the Poké now.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Yeah. But yeah, they wanted the Master Ball, and Giovanni's just chilling in the top floor, waiting to battle a 10-year-old, and then you beat him. Well, no,
you get there and he says, we're having grown-up business here.
It's true, he does say that. And you're like, but I am grown up, mister, fight me! In true Oliver Twist style.
Bro.
Oh god. Or if you're English, yeah, fight me bruv, innit? Come on, fam.
And he will throw at you a Persian, I think, then a Rhyhorn.
Yeah.
And then I think a Rhydon.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Right?
Pretty sick.
I remember
if you pick Blastoise, they're dead.
Yep, and I did.
Venusaur, they are dead. And if you caught a majority of just sillily balanced Pokemon in that game.
Sillily. Is that a word?
Sillily. It was just
Sounds
sillily
like
balanced.
a Pokemon. Sillily. But yeah, no, he's not a difficult
He wasn't, no.
Boss
I actually
man by any
find
means.
Blue just before
Blue's
him
always
difficult.
more difficult.
Yeah, he
Oh,
always
I
felt a
struggled
little
against
stronger.
him. You know when
Yeah,
you get
as
to
a kid,
Cerulean? Yeah, of
he's
course.
much, yeah.
And now everything is too easy, and I'm really jaded. And I always complain, these Pokemon games for kids, they're too easy now.
That's because you don't play the game the cultured way.
What's the cultured way?
With that
IVs.
set turned on, so you can't.
Oh, I
you're
did
not
end up.
given
I
the
did do that
option
in
to
Sun and
swap
Moon.
out,
It didn't help. It was
the
still
other
too.
option.
Sun and Moon was. Okay, let's not get into that.
So
Oh, I won't stop.
you made me do this.
No, this
Oh,
is
we're not
still
supposed
me.
to admit this.
This is still me. No, it's okay. I won't claim credit for what you did. So I got a bit stuck with this because at first I was going to just build a 4-story building because, you know, Sims 4 only want you to have 4 stories. And then Tom was like, no, why don't you just go to San Myshuno and build 4 floors on top of another existing skyscraper? And I was like, you know
Clever
what?
boy.
That makes sense. And so that's what I did. I tried to sim it up, as in, like, it doesn't look completely accurate because it's in The Sims, and I had to take some liberties, and, like, with that just now, those little pillars on the sides, I tried to make it kind of make sense alongside the rest of the building it's standing on. As well as that, though, Silph Co itself, it does have these, like, sort of pillars right at the side. I don't think they actually jut out, they're just, like, grey, futuristic-y looking blocks, but I mean futuristic in the way the 80s thought looked futuristic.
We turned this cylinder around in a bit, don't we?
We turned the whole building around because we realised down below there's actually an entrance that would look like the Silph Co entrance. So we spin the whole thing around, and then I was like, oh, I'm so stuck, I don't know what to do, because I was worried it wouldn't look enough like Silph Co, and so Tom took over. This is where Tom took over, because we were like, oh, we need windows on the roof. And so I was like, we can put these on and we just have to 9-key it all up. And so Tom did that while I, like, died burying my face in a pillow or something. And then I started, because in the roof, because as I just said, you only have 4 floors in The Sims, but the floor you battle Giovanni on is really small. So we thought, okay, we'll stick that in the roof then, because you can just put the walls down and then you can see everything. But I'm an idiot and I forgot that everything actually clips through the roof when you 9-key it up anyway, so we had to end up getting rid of the windows, which is really sad. Tom didn't like it, but I liked how they looked. Also, there's no purple roof. Well, there's one that claims to be purple that clearly isn't.
It's not.
It's so not. It's like
or it's
beige
pallid
with
purple.
a pallid purple. Yeah, pallid flesh tone or something. I don't know. It's just not purple. So I went with a bright bottle green. Because at least it's still a bright colour. And I used these half walls in the tallest height to actually do faux rooms. So it still looks like the top floor, floor 11 of Silph Co. And that big block is going to be where you battle Giovanni. Like I said, we do take liberties with it. And Tom distracted me. He pointed at a paintbrush and thought I'd knew what that means.
Oh no, I forgot!
Oh,
you
right.
said pallid flesh tone, I was like, oh, we bought that paintbrush!
We bought a paintbrush today,
We
guys.
had that to
How
paint the
exciting!
Warhammer.
Yeah, we have lots of unpainted Warhammer. Some of
Not
them.
lots,
Well, actually,
quite a
no,
bit.
that's true.
You painted a few too.
I got upset because there's one that we glued together a while ago, and it's really hard to paint the inside. And I'm just like, it looks awful. I can't do it.
Yeah, Kath painted a whole fingernail's width onto it.
That is not true.
And then gave up.
That's not true. At least a
No, you
fingernail
did
and
2
a
coats
quarter.
of it as well.
Like, yeah. See.
Anyway,
do
we're
things.
inside. Oh, oh no, this is the roof inside?
This isn't. We went. Where have you been?
I don't know. I've been over with the paintbrush.
The room is 3 squares wide.
Yes.
In Sims, no, you can.
How
anyway.
many floors do we have below this then? Because I don't
There
know.
are 4 floors, and
in
then
total.
inside the roof we put Giovanni's floor.
Right. Okay.
And I used the tallest half wall height to do fake rooms. It still counts as a room though. Like, I mean, it has the proper
Swag.
lighting and stuff. But yeah. So, and I was like,
I
Tom.
like the carpet. You
Yeah,
get rid
look
of it,
very
don't you?
comfort. No.
Oh!
Yeah, but we harmonised.
Oh, I remember you saying when you were looking through this, Tom.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
There's no big tables because
It's true.
Silph Co is just Silph Co because this game is rusty and it was made 20 years ago. all the tables are just the rooms are just massive tables. Some rooms are just tables.
Yeah, most of them.
Like
or
people,
crates, big orange crates.
Like just this idea that people sit in the conference room and like, Jefferson! Yes, sir? Did you get the photo I sent?
No, sir, sorry. What did you say? I couldn't catch that. Come over here!
They're so far that by the time what he said reaches Jefferson, the conversation has moved on.
Yeah, they need the tin cans across the room.
He's actually the speed of sound.
It's a
takes
good
time
thing.
To travel.
Yeah, it's a good thing they're a tech company because they all need walkie-talkies all the time. Because I have no idea what that man's saying. We're in the same room, but he's like 50 feet away. So again, I had to Sims it because I complained to Tom about it, like we just said. I was like, Tom, this room is a table and a sofa and a couple plants. What do I do? It's so empty.
I think I'm going to assume this. You won't be able to recreate this if you didn't buy Get to Work.
Probably. You probably can, but I do use a lot of Get to Work items. Sorry, I hope you don't not have it. I hope you have it. Yeah, that's the one.
I hope you don't have it. It's not that interesting.
Well, no. It's
Get to Work has a science career.
Yeah.
It's good just for that.
Yeah, the science career is the only one worth it. Like, I made a sim for it to go down the detective career, and it got really repetitive. And then she had a new bloody what are they called? The top dog.
The
head, the chief.
You
is
were
it just
chief,
the chief?
Police chief, yeah.
But until she got to the top of the career, there was a new head of police every week. I was come on.
Yeah.
This Ray is really poor.
It was one of those
Must have
things like I
really
expect
bad
this from
employee
Happy
treatment.
Home Designer, but not really from The Sims.
Yeah, and Happy Home Designer, no one leaves their job. They must be really happy. No one ever leaves, especially Lottie.
But yeah, no, I think that any Sims pack, this is a tangent, any Sims pack that allows you to mess with the autonomy of the NPC Sims is good.
Yeah.
And that's why the scientist stuff is so fun.
That's true. It is true. I need to do a science career for someone and follow it through. Because I mean, I focus on 2 families really right now, and they're all one's a social media one. I'm gonna get a mod, maybe the Road to Fame mod, just to spice that up a bit because I roleplay in my head because I have no life or friends. Right, this is okay. We're gonna leave that now because that's really sad. But also, those 2 carpets I put down is meant to be one of the portals. So you'll see those about throughout the entire build. If you're like, why are those ugly carpets in there? It's because it's a teleportation portal.
Oh.
Thanks. Just be aware. Yeah.
Right. So I do like to see how you've done it, and you kept it simple. I know you can take Sims liberties like the carpet.
Yeah.
But you still have to keep it simple because it is supposed to be a sort of professional capacity.
Yeah.
And I think for a lot of people who like designing the interiors of rooms,
it's hard.
This is quite a humdrum sort of project.
Yeah. Because a lot of my builds are really, shall we say, quaint.
How did you have to do it like that then? Did you have to move
Yeah, because it would snap, because that's 2 tables, so it snapped
Right.
onto one of them.
Okay.
And so I wanted it right in the centre.
Why has it gone black?
We'll be right back. And we are back. Hello. It is working once
well,
again.
we got.
No.
Yeah, exactly. So we're done with the presidents.
Yeah. And so this is where we begin taking more liberties. So this was literally floor 10. I think I did 10 right after. Okay.
So we're going down.
We're going down, yeah, of course.
Right.
So if you look at a map of Silph Co, if you Google Silph Co, you'll find a map of like every single room. You will see that there's just big rooms with really big tables, and that's about
boxes.
it. And then, so that massive room you can see right now, that just has a stack of orange crates in, and then the slightly smaller room is just a table with 2 laptops on. Obviously that would look really boring in The Sims. Yeah, and so I did try to go for like just an office sort of look to it, sort of kind of fancy but slightly.
You imagine there's
not up to date.
The more important you are, the more chance you've got of a personal office.
Yes.
The higher up you're going to.
Exactly. So that room in the centre that you see right now, that is going to be a meeting room with the table and the laptops. But the massive room below it, which does come back, I think we make that a staff room. And then, if you can see, I'm building some weird shape now. In the top left corner, that will be like an executive office with a meeting room attached, and you'll be able to look into the meeting room, there'll be windows into it. And then to the side, we're going to have a little waiting room for anyone important enough to get to go meet the executive.
Did you put an elevator in?
We do.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know if you see me do it because you have to put elevators in though in Sims penthouses.
So
You're not
you
allowed
made
not
sure
to.
to put one on each floor, apart from El Presidente's.
I haven't done that, but I will do that. That's a good point because they all have them, don't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You think so?
They might. Yeah, because there's
Apart from El Presidente, who
Yeah.
need to take teleportation pads up. To
Oh, that's so like that. Are those there just all the time? I think they
Did
are.
you put the stairs up to go to the
Yeah,
empty
but
corridor around
yeah.
his?
So actually, that's the thing. By the way, if you download this for whatever reason, I mean, I wouldn't blame you if you don't want to, but you should because my builds are fantastic. Definitely. What was I saying about me being fantastic? Other than
Stairs, El Presidente.
Right. Yeah, you can take the stairs up to the roof floor, floor 11, but they don't actually lead you into the president's room because in game that doesn't
One
either.
of those frustrating things in the game. where
Yeah,
if
it makes
just
you want
thought,
to throw your DS across the room.
I'll skip the because in it to get to the top you had to take, like Kath said, where she put down the little carpet to
Yeah, you
be
have
a
to-
pad.
yeah.
You had to take these teleport pads.
Yeah,
Um,
fun stuff.
yeah, all the way up
Drove
to the
me
top.
mad. Yeah, and so if you want your Sims to go up to the top floor for whatever reason, I mean there's nothing up there, or is there? You will have to literally just right click the floor up there and
What
teleport.
was up there? Was it one of those Rocket Brothers who had a Ratata?
Probably.
Because there was one. There was
Or a
5 of them,
Raticate?
wasn't there?
Oh,
the guys
yeah.
with the Ratatas. They're like, yeah, man.
Yeah, that
one
was
of the
cute.
Rocket Brothers.
That was cute. Probably a Zubat and a Raticate or something.
The most annoying one for me was always that one you got into a fight with, and he had 3 Zubats, 3 Raticate, 3 Zubats, 3 Ratatas.
Oh, it took so long.
And it would just be one-shotting each thing, waiting, and it doesn't even give a lot of experience.
I know, it felt so pointless and long-winded, and especially in the first game, when the feedback, it takes so long when you hit a Pokemon. There's like a 3-second delay before the damage actually registers or something.
Yeah.
Everything just takes a long time.
That's something in modern Pokemon they've learnt from, but now they've gone totally in the opposite direction. I don't think in Sun and Moon I fought one trainer with more than 3 Pokemon.
Yeah.
Even the Elite Four and
Did
5. The gym leaders only had 3.
yeah, that
4,
was so sad.
which was
that was
really
poor
sad.
form.
Late in the game, these are supposed to be the main challenges.
You know, there was that guy. Oh, I've forgotten his name. It was like a single letter. The guy with the floret, the king guy with really long hair or
D
something.
or Diz or no, that's Kingdom Hearts. Q. I know what you mean.
Something.
The guy with the beanie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had. I don't know.
That
Probably
was,
4. I can't remember.
I think he had 6, didn't he?
I can't.
I feel like-
I feel like he should have had
I
6.
think it's the ending
I think
of,
he probably did.
The ending of definitely Black and White too, and the ending of fucking X and Y. Sorry for swearing.
Oh.
Definitely had sort of a peak to it. Sun and Moon is just such a game.
I think they just
There's
wanted
just
to
never
recapture
any-
the younger audience again, because
I guess I think it's taking. I think it really is looking at children. Yeah.
I feel like it's a really patronising game, especially when we played Red and Blue when we were really little, and we managed to complete it, even the Mount Moon fiasco, and yet now they bring out Sun and Moon because they want to get younger people again, and
I
it's
think
just
it was,
really condescending, and it feels like your mum asked Professor Kukui to like hold your hand throughout the entire island.
Oh yeah, and she's off doing her own holiday, parents' holiday,
Don't do the
wine and stuff,
yeah.
and Hawaiian men.
Also, also your friends in Sun and Moon, they never leave you alone. I got sick of that really quick. I was like, please, I don't care for anyone. Leave me be. But that's a whole other thing. Anyway, so this is the waiting room right in front of the executive's office. Like I said, this isn't really in the actual Silph Co building. There's this sort of area, like the ship. But again, it's just like an empty corridor leading to some crates or another long table. And so I was like, okay, I'll take a long table and make that another meeting room, but I'm going to make it an executive office. So so it's not just really empty and you can actually go there and pretend to use it for work.
Oh, we're at the end.
Alright, we're at the end. Well, see you next time. Next one should be a bit more fun.
Okay, so we got part 2.
We have a part 2 full of decorating and a little tour with a guide from Silph Co personally.
Oh.
Yeah, exciting.
Oh, we got a vault one.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.